Hi, Melanie. Hey, Gloria. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? Hey, Deb. We are going to hopefully have some fun here. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Hi, Marva. Hi, Sandy. I feel like I'm missing a few stamps, so I'm just looking real quick. Look, I knew there were. Hi, Beverly. I want to comment. I think the gentleman's name was Tim. Tim, if you're watching, he commented that he liked my card making, but he didn't like the, how did he phrase it? I forget how exactly he said it. He didn't like me talking about my life, basically. So Tim, there's the volume button. You can always turn it down, and you can move along and watch someone else if you want. I don't need those kinds of negative comments on my channel. Have a nice day. Hi, Shelly. No, it was not the Tim. You know, we love that Tim. That Tim can say whatever he wants on my channel. I'm good with it. All right. Hello, everybody. So, I'm officially on vacation this week. Went and did my annual boob exam today. Everything's good so far. You know, ladies, got to take care of ourselves. Got to make sure that we are being proactive with that. So, all good there. Have not heard from Mom, so that's a good thing. All good there. Tomorrow morning, we have a parent-teacher conference with Leah's teacher, so I'm excited to see where that goes. She keeps asking to be put in gifted classes, so hopefully we'll be able to pursue that. I thought I had paper cut. Shame on me. You know me, I go live with these wild ideas and then I am not prepared. I apologize. Let me cut some paper quick. Because we are going to be embossing, I'm using some Nina. I think this is 100-pound Nina. I'm not going to be stamping on it. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Ruth. I know. I like telling you guys about my life. Well, mostly because I feel like, number one, you guys do give me some great advice, which I appreciate. And number two, you know, I want you guys to know that I'm a real person and I go through real life struggles just like you guys do. You know, I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like everybody else does. So, even though I go on these videos and I try to have a positive outlook on my life, sometimes things happen, and I just want you to know my thought process when those things happen. And I always strive to be honest with you guys, so sometimes I probably overshare. Sorry about that. Hello, Michelle from Toronto. Hi, Tracy. I am just cutting these down to 5.5 by 4.25. I normally just do that, and then I will trim them down further once I figure out what I'm going to do here. So we're going to make some, hopefully, some quick backgrounds. I don't know, I did this little series now. I can't stop. We did one with embossing folders. We did one with like faux watercolor. We did some Stampin' Up stamps. So I just want to continue and say, you know, there are plenty of ways you can mass produce some holiday cards. Backgrounds, I should say. Okay, so we have some 5.5 by 4.25 panels. And I have some paper down just to hopefully it will help. And I have a whole bunch of background stamps, but primarily I'm going to be focusing on embossing powders. Hold on, there was one I just thought of, and now I can't find that. Have to make do with this one unless it's one of these. I don't know. All right, so I wanted to also thank you guys. If you did order, if you watched my video yesterday with the pop-up butterflies, and you did order from the Ton, she is on holiday, obviously, for the Thanksgiving, so your packages won't ship till next week, so just keep that in mind. All right, so I'm going to start with some pretty simple, and then we'll probably move our way into a little bit more complicated ideas here. So I'm just going to basically focus on using embossing powder. Chow sent me this rabbit hole designs tool, and I think Catherine Pooler's carrying something similar, so you might want to go check that out. Please use my links. I know my ladies aren't on. I didn't tell them I was going live. I really want them to just focus on their families and what they've got going on. And Stacy's probably working because she's West Coast, so we can manage without them, right? You can wait and do your shopping later. I'm not really here for shopping. We're here to just kind of educate. So then I'm going to just put my stencil down, and I will be using stencils and stamps for this. This is Technique Junkies, actually, Colorful Life Designs. I do have a Colorful Life Designs link. I don't do enough with them. I think I have a 10% off coupon. I will look all that up for you. This is called Elegant Snowflake Stencil. You can get it from Technique Junkies and use Tracy's link and Tracy's discount, or if you want to go directly through a Colorful Life Designs, I do have a discount code. I believe it's Nancy10. Hold on, I'll look it up for you. Well, that's a good picture of me, but that's not the link I want. Okay, a Colorful Life Designs 10% off coupon is Nancy Stamps, and you get 10% off. Let me copy this for you guys. And I'm going to show you 2 stencils from them. All right. I'm going to try to admin myself here. Okay. Hey, look, I made it work. Okay. So this is called, again, Elegant Snowflake Stencil. I just picked this up at the stamp show. Where'd my Versamarker? Oh, here it is right in front of me. And I'm just going to take Versamark and slap that all over my stencil here. Notice how I have scratch paper, scrap paper, whatever, behind my design. You should, ideally, pixie spray this whole thing down, which I did not do. Okay, so we're just going to stamp that on there. Then we're going to lift this. And I think for this one, I'm going to use some... We have Catherine Pooler Halo. And by the way, Catherine Pooler's starting her Black Friday sale, I think on Wednesday. there's a list that went out. Honestly, I did not take a good look at it, you guys. It was like 9 pages of goodies. So if you're interested in purchasing anything from Catherine Pooler, I will get you guys that link as well. But Wednesday starts her Black Friday sale. Crafty Critta is going to have a Black Friday sale where their storage units are going to be free shipping. And I own one, let me count here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like I'm missing one. I own 4 or 5 of Crafty Critta's storage units, and I love them. All right, so this is by Wow. This is Catherine Pooler Halo. If the camera would focus, you guys can see that. And yeah, it's free shipping on the storage units. Correct. And we're going to heat this. Okay, and you can tell, so tip number 1 is have some extra paper on your table to collect anything. Tip number 2 is use some kind of anti-static tool. Tip number 3 is have good lighting, because when the embossing powder starts to switch over, and glitter embossing powder seems to switch over rather quickly, you don't see a huge change. It's a very minimal change, and it's very easy to burn embossing powder. So you want to have good lighting so you can see it go from that powdery stage to a set stage. And because this is translucent, it doesn't make a big difference, but it's very pretty, right? Very elegant. So that's using one stencil. The next one I'm going to use, this one's a 2-step stencil, and this one I haven't used yet. This is called the Layered Santa Hat Stencil. And again, if you guys use, just write down what you're thinking about, and I'll link everything for you. But if you use Tracy's link to Technique Junkies, I'm going to be using some Technique Junkies stamps. You can get these stencils and stamps from Technique Junkies, and Tracy has a 10% off coupon. All right, so we're going to start with another piece of paper. These are little hats, and to me they look like little elf hats, but we're going to make them Santa hats. And I'm going to grab some red ink here. And I'm just trying to give you guys some ideas here, right? So some of you guys are like, hey, I'm not in the mood to make Christmas cards, or I'm all Christmas card out. It's okay. I'm going to give you some quick and easy ideas. You got some people coming over. You got to make 10 cards real quick. That's why I'm doing this. I did some with, like I said, faux watercoloring. I did some with embossing folders. Now I'm just doing embossing powder. So this is the bottom layer of the hats. Or sorry, excuse me. The top layer of the hats. Okay, and I'm just using some Cranberry Fizz from Catherine Pooler. I should have sprayed pixie spray on it, but that's okay. We'll be all right. We'll survive. Because wherever I make a mistake, that's where my sentiment's going to go. And I'm just going to quickly die cut some big sentiments that I have and slap them on here. So it just makes it easy for me. This is where my fingers get a little inky. All right. I think that is the pretty much only part where I'm going to use real ink. Okay. And we're going to bring in the other part of this stencil. I'll clean those later. Oops, okay, see, that's where my sentiment's going to go. I'll get my little boo-boo there. And this is the bottom part of the stencil. I am going to spray this with pixie spray because this we need to make sure is accurate. So give me a second here. Hey, Tracy, you want to go ahead and link your Technique Junkies link with your discount, please? I was hiding from you guys. I'm sure Chow found me and told everybody, Nancy's live! Red alert, Nancy's live! Hey, Jim. Hey, Cheryl. Okay, so now we're going to line this part up, and you can see where the little balls go and where the rim of the caps go. So as I said yesterday, layering stencils are kind of trendy right now. So this one is super cute. All right, so now that's stuck on. I'm going to go back in with my Versamark. And I really need to dig this in there and make sure that I get it into those tiny places in the stencil. Actually, it'd probably be easier for me to use a Versamarker now that I think about it. Let's do that. Versamarker, where are you? Here we go. Who's dinging me? Dingity ding ding. Okay, so this is a Versamarker, and it's basically Versamark in a pen, which is just glycerin, in case you didn't know that. And this is going to be nice and sticky. And we're going to bring in some Embossing Magic here. I liked when Tracy did her card on this. It looked like little elf hats to me because she did it in like purple and pink, and it was so cute. Hopefully I'm not missing any. Probably got some a couple extra times, but that's okay. All right. I think we're good here. All right. Now I am going to use some Puff embossing powder. Now, Wow makes the same embossing powder. I can't find my Wow, so I am using Hero Arts. But it's the same stuff. And if you don't have puff powder, if you have the snow pen, you could do the same thing with the snow pen, the Marvy snow pen that I showed you guys. Go in and color all the areas with the Marvy snow pen. Now, Dingbat Me forgot that pixie spray leaves a residue, so guess what? My card looks rather snowy. All right, that's going to take a little work. Let's move that to the side. Oh, see, that's why we put that big piece of powder under, or paper underneath. See that mess I made already? And I'm just using coffee filters because they're cheap, and I use them a couple times. I flip them over, I shake the excess powder out, and then I just throw them in the trash, you guys. So let me sweepy some of this. Oh boy. It is all over. Okay, so now I'm going to take a brush and clean some of this up. I know you guys can't see it, but there's a lot of excess stuck on the pixie spray. Oh boy. Pixie spray, anti-foiling and anti-embossing powder. Okay, don't use pixie spray if you're going to do foiling, and don't listen to Nancy. Don't use pixie spray if you're going to use it on embossing powder. Okay, I got most of it knocked off. Definitely do not do foiling after you do embossing powder, because you will have spots all over your foils. All right, that's as good as I'm going to get with that. I am going to grab little tweezers and grab the corner here because this is going to get quite warm. And, oh, I lost my chat. Okay, I didn't do the best at getting all the powder off, but yes, puffy embossing powder. And this will just be a background. Can you see it? I think the Marvy puff pen works better. It gives you more dimension, but it's fun. It's cute, right? So there are two easy ones we've done. Use my little tonic Swiffer Nouveau thing here to clean this off. Okay. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, so I think I can move into stamps now. For stamps, I think I'm going to use Mini Misty. And I'm going to take out my foam pad here because I think all of these are rubber stamps. All right. All right. So this one you guys have seen me do before. Also having her Black Friday sale. I think it's free shipping to the US, you guys. So that's going to be for Local King rubber stamps. So free shipping to the US. This is called A Touch of Magic. And you know what I have over here next to me? I got some foil card. Let's use it up. Okay, let me cut it down a little bit. Man, it's just too big. Right. Tomorrow, Leah and I are going to go visit her Nana. Take her to these gardens. They are winter gardens. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to take a lot of pictures. Leah and her best friend were over, and she put the Christmas tree up today. We put the tree up. They decorated it. All right, I am going to use my anti-static powder tool. As I can see fingerprints on there already. All right. And again, this is A Touch of Magic from Local King rubber stamps. And I'm just going to center that, and any excess I'll just cut off. Okay. And we're going to ink the whole thing up. First, I'm going to clean it because I can see embossing powder on there. Ah, boy. All right. That wasn't a very good job of sticking it down, now was it? Let's try that again. All right. And now I can see the impression on there. All right, I'm going to ink this up now with same Versamark ink pad. Any embossing ink pad will work. If you have the Wow or the Ranger, it doesn't matter. It's all the same. I'm going to make sure that I have good full coverage, so I'll probably stamp it a couple of times. Oh, Shelly, feel better. Grab my little Chucky Chuck. There has been a resurgence in the Chucky video. A lot of people are back to watching that. So I guess you guys must be going out and taking advantage of candle sales and now using the candle lids to make your Chuckies. All right. It is stuck on there good. That's not good. Well, since we had that happen, we're going to rub the back side because now we have no way of getting a double print out of this. So we need to make sure all our bubbles out and we are getting a fine image here. Whoopsie. Okay, here we go. Ta-da! Doesn't that look beautiful? There's air bubbles in there. Too bad now. Can't change it. All right, so I was going to do a colored embossing powder, but now since I have air bubbles in my image there, I'm going to do a little more subtle. We're going to do like a clear. We're going to do a clear. What do we got that's clearish? Not super clear, but clear. Here we go. We're going to use Catherine Pooler's Disco Ball. Staying alive, staying alive. Tracy and I were just talking about the Bee Gees the other night. Now, there's a couple of air bubbles there. We're going to fix them quick before we start embossing, or heating, I should say. Air bubbles just get trapped under the stamp. And we're going to grab our Versamarker again. And I'm just going to color in where that is. And then I need to just wipe off my marker because the powder's going to want to stick to there. So obviously I'm not going to get every single spot 100%, but I can do most of these spots. I don't have too many. And I know it's kind of hard to see because it's not been heated up yet, but they're there. All right. My poor Versamarker. I'm going to have to get a new one. I think that is a new one, actually, now that I think about it. All right. Let me fill in all these little spots here. And then we'll heat this up. You do also have to be careful when you're heating up on foil card. Yes, I know we're obsessed with our foil card because certain foil cards have a coating on them, and you could overheat and cause a reaction with the coating on the foil card, which means it would bubble up. So again, just be careful with that. All right, I'm pretty pleased with most of that. There's still a couple little air bubbles, but not a big deal. I'll put gems on them. And this is Wow Disco Ball from Catherine Pooler. Okay, I'm going to bring my heat tool over. I'm going to use my little pokey tool to kind of hold it. And so, you know, remember I didn't cut the edges down. I'll be able to kind of hold it in place by holding the edges. And then when I go to cut it down, I'm not piercing any of my card front or anything. And I'm going to let this heat up before I go to this because, again, glitter heats up very quickly and I don't want to burn it. Wow, that came out prettier than I expected. You can see the holographic come through the embossing powder. So pretty. That would look good on any color cardstock. Okay, so that one again is called A Touch of Magic. That's from Local King Rubber Stamp. So now we have 3 backgrounds done. I think we need to flip the paper over at this point. Shake that off, flip it over. Okay, let's keep moving here. Let me just get the stamp out of here. So keep in mind too, there are certain inks that work really well with embossing powders. So if you're concerned about your embossing powder not being opaque enough or it just not sticking well and you want to have color underneath that, you can use VersaFine Clair inks. The VersaFine inks are pigment inks, any pigment ink. The Distress Oxide inks, not regular Distress inks, but the Distress Oxide inks. You could use the regular Distress inks. I don't recommend them for stamping, but Distress Oxide inks work really well if you wanted to stamp and heat emboss with those. The Catherine Pooler inks are so-so. I find with the Catherine Pooler inks, you have to move much quicker, so they're a little harder to do. So just keep that in mind. But I like using the VersaFine inks the best. Okay, this is the new Candy Canes background from Stampin' Up. Again, I have a small code for Stampin' Up. If you are interested, they are going to be bringing out their new celebration for January soon. So I'm looking forward to that. And we are going to do traditional red on this one. The tinsel embossing powders from Ranger I really like because there's a lot of glitter in them. So I have, you know, ironically, I have red, gold, 2 different colors of blue and green. I don't have any silver, so I need to put that on my list of things to get. But they're literally called Ranger Tinsel. So you have teal tinsel, red tinsel, blue tinsel, green tinsel. I think they come in like almost every color. Gold tinsel. Those are the basics that I have. I need to add silver to my list, but for this one we're just going to do red, and it's a lot of glitter. So if you're not someone who wants to wait for glitter to dry, glitter embossing powder is really cool. Can you emboss over pan pastels, or the Versamarker picks it up? So the answer is yes and yes, Jennifer. If you stamp over pan pastels, your stamp will lift the pan pastel left behind, but it will leave the Versamark ink there, so then you can emboss over it. Or you can seal your stamped pan pastel or your pan pastel background with hairspray first, then stamp over it, and then heat emboss it. So you have that option. Where's Chucky? Excuse me. Hi, Venus. Hey, Venus, we need your address. If you can email us at foilingsnobsclub@gmail.com. We want to send you a thank you card, hun. I feel like that's good enough. And Chow, if there's anybody else we need emails from, if you can, let me know. Oh, that's already pretty. So the other day I had mentioned that you don't need to heat embossing powders to use them. And this is a perfect example. You can't make this stick with just the ink. You'd have to use a tape to make the embossing powder stick. So, or glue, but I don't recommend the glue pads. The glue pads I found are just garbage. So if you would want to use double-sided tape for like an all-over background, then you would not need to heat this. But if you're going to use Versamark ink, you have to heat it because eventually this will flake off. But if you wanted to do a full like red glitter background or stripe of it, you can use tape, double-sided tape, and it will look great. Okay, so that looks pretty good. We still got a little bit of extra there, but not going to worry about it. Okay, and for the glitter embossing powder, I can't tell you how you know when it's done. You just know because the glitter kind of lays down, and as it's done heating, it's very quick. Again, it's very easy to burn embossing powder. So you just, as soon as you see it kind of flip over and lay down, you know it's done. Okay. As far as embossing powders, there's really 2, maybe 3 companies that I endorse. Definitely Wow Embossing Powder. I just was introduced to Wow Embossing Powder, and I really love the consistency of the embossing powder. It's definitely a higher quality embossing powder. Ranger Embossing Powder is pretty good. I did use another company's embossing powder, but I was part of their Embossing Powder of the Month Club, and what I found out was when they mixed the glitter in, the glitter was too chunky, so it didn't stick to the embossing powder, and when I melted the embossing powders smelled like melted crayons, and I did not like that. So I ended up discontinuing the use of that embossing powder. I don't support that. So if you guys get some of those embossing powders from me, you'll know why. This is the link to the Santa hat stencil. And again, use Tracy's discount code. Okay, so what is that? 1, 2, 3. Okay, 4 backgrounds. Moving along here. Yeah, these are really simple, you guys. I'm trying to show you, again, if you want to get a Christmas card from the FSC design team, we are very soon shutting down the window. We are quickly approaching 200, and I think that's going to be our stop point. No, I don't want you to have the stinky embossing powder. That's why I'm telling you I'm not using, I don't use that company. I don't support them anymore. Oh, I gave it away in giveaways because I didn't want to throw it away. Oh. Yes, this is Stampin' Up. So if you don't have a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I'll be happy to help you out. All right, I'm just throwing things over here on the other side of my desk as I go through. All right, we're going to go into something a little more complicated now. Oh, no, we're going to do this one. So I just sent Stacy, I don't think this is going to fit in here. I just sent Stacy a similar one from Technique Junkies, and Tracy just did a beautiful video on her channel with a similar one. This is from Impression Obsession Stamps. It's called Birch Trees. I have like a million of their background stamps, you guys. They were like the original company to come out with 6x6 background stamps. But Stacy just got this from me, and Tracy just got it and did a video with it from the stamp show. So mine's similar. Mine doesn't have the fence at the bottom, but it's close enough. This idea I stole from Tracy. This is a just a rainbow foam background from Michaels. 99 cents, you guys, and I just cut it down. But I think because we're using red rubber, we should be okay taking this out. And just going to put that down. I don't think I'm going to need magnets because this should cover the whole thing. All right, so for this guy, again, we want to do our anti-static tool. And you can use your anti-static buddy. You can do the EK Success one, whatever you have. This one is pretty neat because it doesn't smell or anything. And I think that was the complaint with a lot of people had with the EK Success one. They're both fine by me. Do not use embossing buddies near your foiling. Do not use embossing powders near your foiling. Do not use pixie spray near your foiling. No, 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 no. Things that do not belong near foiling. Okay, we're going to go back in with our Versamarker. Uh-oh, I lost my comments. I can't see you guys. Where'd you go? There you are. When I'm doing these kinds of designs, I look for like all around designs, obviously, so that it coats the background of my paper. So all I have to do is just throw a sentiment on it. You know, making Christmas cards is fun, but when you have to make 50 or more, it's not so fun. So I like to make them quick, but still make them pretty for you guys. So yeah. All right. Now, hopefully we get a good inking. Chucky. Oh, Chucky boy. Hi, Sherry. Hey, Suzette. Chow, was there anybody else we needed addresses from that you see on here? And you're going to sign up for the holiday card from the FSC design teams. Oh, man. Okay, that goes in the trash. I totally missed the whole middle of that. I shouldn't have lifted that off of there. Whoops. Do as Nancy says, not as Nancy does. I goobered it up. Gotta try that again. This time, don't touch it, Nance. Don't touch it. Redo. We're up to 189. So if you have not signed up on the Foiling Snobs Club Facebook group, you join the group. You got to answer all the questions. There's a Google sign-up sheet under the announcements that says FSC Design Team Holiday Card. And it will be signed by all 4 of us. And we're going to start working on those at the end of this week. So I think we said our cutoff is 200. Once we get to 200, that's it. We're closing it out. So that's why I am mass producing all of these cards. You guys are so special that I am not even sending out Christmas cards to my family. Let me show you what I'm sending to my family. This is what it's come to, you guys. You guys are more important to me than my family. Don't judge me, but I ordered Shutterfly cards. So my friend took these pictures of me and the kids, and they're from Shutterfly, and it just says, Happiest Holidays. And that's it. I'm not even signing it, okay? This is what my family's getting. It gets shoved in an envelope, and that's what they're getting. You guys should feel special, because I know you guys will appreciate my cards. Or my family's like, yeah, thanks for the card, Nance. I don't have a Stampin' Up! Link, Karen. What you do is you go under Stampin' Up! And then you choose a demonstrator. I think I got it all. I'm going to leave this on here. I'm just going to lift the lid off. You choose a demonstrator, and it will ask you for some of my information. And if you email me at Foiling Snobs Club, I'll give you that information that you need to choose me as your demonstrator. See, if you want to use the Stampin' Up! Website, you got to pay so much a month for it. And I didn't feel like paying for it, so I quit paying for it. They don't give it to you for free. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the Wow Midnight Dream. This is my new favorite color embossing powder. It's a nice dark navy. And the reason I didn't take this off of here is I think I'm okay now. I wanted to see if it was all covered. Whee! Go down the embossing powder slide. Wasn't that fun, kids? All right, it is all covered, so I will take this off of here and we'll clean up this mess I made. Where'd my Swiffer go? Oh, it's underneath the thing I need. Tweezers and Swiffer I need. I put things down, I forget where I put them. Okay, I'm just going to grab the very tippy end here. Everything looks coated. Okay, gonna move that just for a second out of the way. I clean up my mess here. And again, Catherine Pooler is starting her sale Wednesday, so day after tomorrow. Again, it's 9 pages of things that are going to be on sale. So please, if you want to do any shopping from Catherine Pooler, use one of our links to help us out. And that is called Midnight Dream Embossing Powder. Okay, we're going to heat this again. I just realized there's a bird on there, right there. I never noticed that before. Now that is pretty. So again, this stamp is from Impression Obsession. I do have an affiliate link with them. I don't use it very often. I normally buy from them at shows, but you can get this from them. This one's called Birch Trees, or you can get a similar one from Technique Junkies. The one from Technique Junkies has a fence. It has a white picket fence at the bottom. Very similar. This is almost, it's 5.75 inches, so almost 6 by 6 on this stamp. Yeah, and like I said, I have links for most of these companies, so if you wait till the end, I'll link them, because you're probably not going to do any shopping today anyway if you want to wait for Black Friday sales. So if you wait until the end, I'll link everything, and then you can go check them out when they're having their Black Friday sales. Yeah, Kitchen Sink Stamps is having a sale. Blue Night Rubber Stamps is 20% off, already started. The code is Thankful for Blue Night Rubber Stamps. Okay. All right, I'm going to bring another one in from Technique Junkies. I'm going to get a little more complicated on this one. We're going to see if I can accomplish dual color embossing powder. I'm getting fancy now. Let's see if I can pull this off. I may not be able to. We'll find out here in a moment. Stepping it up a notch. And again, if you're interested in Technique Junkies, Tracy has a link for Technique Junkies. All right, for this guy, pretty much going to go in and ink up the whole thing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock off I'm going to take my little rag here and I'm just going to wipe up where the pine cones are. I guess I could have did masking if I really thought about it, but I don't want to go into all that work. I'm lazy. Lazy crafter. Okay, I think I got most of the pine cones wiped off. So now I'm going to stamp this, and hopefully I get a good impression here. Come on, Shooky. Tracy's got eye infection. I'm going to do it one more time, just to be safe. To be fair, she had that eye infection before she came to my house. Okay. I think some pine cones still came through, but that's okay. We'll be all right. I'm going to now, this is going to be controversial, you guys, but I'm going to lift this out. Sticky grit and all. Okay. And we are only going to do the green portion, which I'm using green tinsel because I don't think I have dark green embossing powder. Oh, it still did the dang pine cones. That's okay. It's all right. I must not have done a good enough job eliminating the pine cones. All right. This might be a little too ambitious too, by the way. You know how I like to do that. Just like that butterfly card. Y'all know I love a challenge. Okay, here we go. So now I'm going to brush off most of where the pine cones are. Because I don't want green pine cones. By the way, if you have HBO Max and you get a chance to watch King Richard, which is the story of Venus and Serena Williams, their beginnings, very, very good movie. Had me close to tears in a couple parts. Very respectful, very empowering just for women in general, women in sports, you know, women athletes, you know, what he did, what his wife did. And his wife basically, she carried the family financially. She had 3 daughters she brought into the relationship. And then, of course, they had Venus and Serena. And he had other children from a previous relationship. And she worked to carry that family of 7. They had 5 daughters in that house while he was teaching the girls to play tennis. And it's a very empowering story. Definitely check it out. I really enjoyed it. I wanted my girls to watch it with me, Leah and her friend, but they weren't interested. So I just sat there and enjoyed watching it by myself. All right, now I'm going to heat this up. always the scary part. Can we get the other color? So I'm going to line this back up in the corner. Yes, this is correct. I'm going to tuck that all the way down in there. Going to dust it off real quick. And I'm going to re-ink the whole thing. Guess I should have just did the pine cones. Well, we'll see how this works out. No one said I thought this through. Okay, I'm very impulsive. Okay. Now I have some Ranger potting soil embossing powder, which is from Wendy Vecchi, and it's just brown. It's not brown with glitter, it's just brown. So I'm going to try to be strategic. I have a little spoon thing here from Nuvo, which has embossing powder stuck all over it. Okay. I'm going to try to strategically place it where the pine cones are. And I know some of you are like, this is more work than it's worth. Okay, yeah, it's like advanced embossing powder techniques. It's just crazy Nance doing her thing. And again, this stamp is from Technique Junkies. And I used Ranger Green Tinsel and Ranger Potting Soil from Wendy Vecchi, which is just ordinary brown embossing powder. Okay, now I kind of need to be careful here because I double stamped that, so it's going to be... Ta-da! That's not too bad. Do I have any other pine cones I'm missing? I'm pretty pleased with myself. Okay, that looks pretty good. Can you heat embossed on a toner foiled background? Ooh, that's an interesting question, Dawn. Yeah, on that case, I think I'm going to have to agree with Tracy on that it would probably reheat the toner and cause some bubbling in your foiling. So I don't know that you'd be able to do that. Now, if you have foil card, like what I showed earlier, you could use foil card, which we're going to do again in here in a second. So that's pretty cool. You know, it would be cool if they made, and I know there were a couple companies that did, they made scented embossing powder. Can you imagine getting this card and it smelling like pine when you get it? Wouldn't that be cool? That came out better than I expected. I'm really surprised at myself. Sometimes you gotta experiment and take a risk, right? Hi, Belinda. Yeah, you can put the snow pen on there or the puff snow embossing powder on there. Absolutely. Got glitter all over this now. I'm going to bring in some foil card and we're going to do some stamping on some foil card here and heat embossing. We've already done one. But let's look at some more options. So I have on the desk, again, leftover from Stamp Wars. And if you didn't watch Stamp Wars, you're going to miss out on that beautiful Tessler paper, which I'm going to play with again. So this is Tessler Pearl paper. I have really proud of myself because I have honestly used like every ounce of this paper as much as I could, just because I don't want it to go to waste. I don't want it to just sit there and it, you know, just sit there and look pretty. I want to use it. I want it to go in cards. So I'm purposely leaving it on the desk so it's in my face. So I have to use it. So this is a little straggle piece here. And I have two backgrounds. Let's see. I have Snow Swirls from Technique Junkies. And I have Snowflakes from Impression Obsession. I think I'm going to go with this one. And I have Snowflakes. Ooh, maybe I'll do this. Gonna go with the CP. Do I dare go with the CP? These snowflakes are a little bigger. This is the CP Stencil Snowfall Stencil. Do I dare? I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna be smart and tape this down. Doesn't matter which way I go. Okay. Versamarker all in there. Squish it in there. Not embossed on this pearl paper, so I don't know how it's going to take it. Guess we're going to find out. Stencil just lifted, so that's the end of that. Get off. Okay. The question is, what color embossing powder? I think I want to do the tough. I'm gonna go back in with Midnight Dream. I think that navy is just too pretty to ignore. I'm gonna go in with the navy. All right, cross your fingers, you guys. I'm going right onto the paper with this one. Oh, that's going to look cool. Okay, I'm happy that I made that decision. If this works. If it doesn't work, then I'm a fool. This is the part where I sneeze and embossing powder goes all over the desk. Just kidding. Wouldn't be the first time I've dumped glitter all over my desk. Won't be the last. All right, I'm going to let the heat tool heat up a few seconds again. Oh, it's melting the paper. I gotta do this quick and I gotta move fast. Yeah, it is melting the paper. The paper isn't plastic. It's melting. We gotta stay up here and kind of do this very quickly. Stay far away with the heat gun. This is a slow melt. Keep it moving. All right, here we go. Here we go. We got action here. That was a little scary. I could feel the paper start to melt. So I just keep the heat moving, keep going over it back and forth, and then it slowly starts to melt. I still missed a spot over here. All right, I think I got most of it. Ooh, that's pretty. Yeah, it does look cool. That is very pretty. All right, let's bring in, we'll do one more, and then I'll show you guys the final results. I'm bringing in the Tessler's mirror paper. This is light blue. You get 5 pieces in here for $6. I know their website's a little wonky, you guys, but if you click on the menu on the left side, the left screen of their homepage, you can go to products and you can look up papers. And the pearl papers were in there. I don't know if they have the foil card on there yet because this is still fairly new to them. But again, that pearl paper is just beautiful. It's amazing. And some of you guys already have foil card, or if you have the Sizzix Opulence paper pack, I'm going to cut this one a little smaller to 5 1/4 by 4, so it's the actual size. Okay, and this is going to be the last one we do. Going to bring my Tim Holtz back in here. And then I'll show you guys all the ones we made. Is that gonna stick? No. This time I'll bring in the this one kind of has a distressed look to it, so I don't think I want to use that one. I'm going to use this one, the Impression Obsession Snowflakes one. Okay, it's under the What's New category. Thank you. Okay. Ooh, that's pretty. I did miss a couple spots though. Hi, Karen. Which embossing brush? This guy seems to be working out okay. Okay, I think I have all my little snowflakes on there. I think we're good to remove this now. This one doesn't have the adhesive back. I don't think it does. Is it adhesive back? Hold on. Doesn't say it's adhesive back. It doesn't feel adhesive back, so I don't think this is. It just says mirror paper. Tessler Crafts Paper Collection mirror paper. But it's pretty thick, pretty heavy quality. Okay, what embossing powder do we want on here? We have blue mirror card. So we can do blue tinsel from Ranger. Or if you guys want to go back to the Midnight Dream, Disco Ball, Halo. Those are the only colors I would recommend. I mean, I guess I could do gold, but I would rather do silver. I need to order some silver. I think I'm gonna do the we gotta debate Disco Ball blue tinsel. So I'll show you guys the ones that we did do. Here is Midnight. Okay. Here is Disco Ball, which is kind of a rainbow glitter. which we already did on mirror card, so I don't know if we want to do that again on mirror card. And here's Halo, which Halo is just really clear, very subtle. Jim says half and half. Oh, you guys are making this hard. There's 4 for Disco Ball, 3 for Tinsel. Pam throwing a white in there. I think we're gonna go with, I think we're gonna go with Halo, because I want it to be kind of subtle. And I'm gonna grab a brand new clean coffee filter. All right, Chow, remind me later that I need more coffee filters too. Halo. Catherine Pooler, Halo. Uh-oh. We got static cling. Oh, man. We should be okay. That does happen when you use acetate or any specialty cardstock. Too late now. Can't fix it. Just gotta live with it. I flicked most of it off. I think we'll be okay with that. That looks pretty just like that. Oh, the weather outside is frightful. The fire is so delightful. No, I don't want it to snow. Let it go, let it go, let it go. All right. Let's heat this up. I'm going to let the heat tool warm up because we're doing foil card again. So we're going to heat this up before we go to the paper. Here we go. All right, well, can you guys see I burnt the cardstock? So do you see the hazing? That's the foil card burning. So even though the snowflakes look great because I went too close and too fast, I have a burnt area here and I don't think that's gonna wipe off. Let's take a look here. You can even see the foil card started to pull up there. Yep. So it's not too bad. It kind of goes with the winter theme. I think most of this is melted. So I'm going to have to put a snowflake and sentiment over to cover that. But yeah, that's why you have to be careful. I don't know if I can show you a good way. Okay, there you can see it. See how it's hazy on this side here? That's the foil card getting burnt. So you do have to be careful. And you can see it started to pull up from the paper here. So be careful. This side, once I saw that burning, I tried to keep it back further and go quickly when I did this. So this side's okay. So I'll just put a snowflake on there and a sentiment and cover it up. And it looks kind of cool and frosty, so I'm not worried about it. Yes, exactly. So let me show you guys what we did and what we used. And if you want to go shopping, please use my links. It does help to support my channel. I know you guys get excited and you want to go shopping right away. But please help to support my channel. And a lot of these items will be on sale with the vendors because of Black Friday coming up. So this one is Impression Obsession Snowflakes. It's CC066. I don't even know if this is still available, you guys. This is kind of one of my oldies but goodies. And I used Tessler's mirror paper on this with the Halo embossing powder from Wow. Okay, so that's that one. Numero uno. All right, this one was using the Colorful Life Designs stencil. The name of the stencil is something Snowflake. Let me grab it. Elegant Snowflake stencil. You can get that from Colorful Life Designs or Technique Junkies. Also used Halo on that. And that's just regular cardstock. Okay. This one was using Local King rubber stamps, a touch of magic with disco ball on a mirror card. I am gift bearer. Someone said it's under what's new. Okay. So again, the stamp is from Local King Rubber Stamps, who is having a Black Friday sale and free shipping. Oh, you looked. Okay, so probably soon for Black Friday. And that's using Disco Ball from Wow, Catherine Pooler. This one was using the Catherine Pooler Snowflake stencil on Tessler Pearl paper using the Midnight Dream embossing powder from Wow, also at Catherine Pooler's website. Okay, and her Black Friday sale starts tomorrow. This one is the Layered Hats stencil from a Colorful Life Designs or Technique Junkies. And again, Tracy has a discount for Technique Junkies and a Colorful Life Design. This one came out really cool. I just inked the first layer and then we did puff powder on the bottom layer. Don't use pixie spray. It messed everything up. This is the candy cane background from Stampin' Up, which you can order from me. And I used Red Ranger tinsel. Yes, there is one place with all of my links. It's on our Foiling Snobs Club page. And I will link everything when we're done here for you guys. So this was really pretty. I like how this one came out. And I'll cut everything down. This is another Technique Junkies stamp. This one is called Pine Cones. And I used green Ranger tinsel and brown Ranger potting soil. Ranger's potting soil from Wendy Vecchi on that one. And this one is Impression Obsession. And this one is called Birch Trees, I believe. Yes, Birch Trees. So this one is CC100 Birch Trees from Impression Obsession. And we got to finish this one off because the little bird, he just strikes my fancy. Here we go. Now we have a little birdie. He's just hiding out there. And so all I need to do now is cut these down to card panel size, put a sentiment, maybe do like a couple of embellishments, some simple things. And I have easy cards. Again, we did embossing folders. We did faux watercoloring. So hopefully this will give you guys some ideas on making a couple of Christmas cards. If you want to get a holiday card from my FSC design team, join us at Foiling Snobs Club on Facebook. And we have a sign-up sheet. It's under announcements. And we'll get you signed up and you'll get a card that's signed by all four of us. Okay, guys. Thanks, Craig. You guys got any questions? I will link everything for you. And we have discount codes for some of these things, so take advantage of that if you can't wait until Black Friday sales. Okay, I got some stencils and stamps to clean, so I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for hanging out. Don't forget the thumbs up on your way out. Bye, guys.